So I think I mentioned it in earlier videos, but I really love agriculture, growing food, because we always have to eat. So anyone who can produce food is always going to have an income, right? So obviously, as part of the peasant portfolio, we need to get involved in agriculture. I've been looking at a few different options, and this is the one we're going to start with. Oh, by the way, next week we will be having our first Peasant Investor Portfolio Update, where we go over all the things we've invested so far, whether they're accumulating value, whether they're doing nothing, horses, how they've run in any races they've had, etc., etc. Don't miss that if you are interested in seeing how things go. It will be a few days later. I plan to do it on the first Monday in April, but yeah, that will be our next video after this one. Now, back to our agricultural investment. This is called Steward, and it's a lending platform specifically for smaller scale regenerative agriculture, whether that be fishing, farming, cattle, crops, whatever it may be. They have a focus on, as we look here, human scale, like the right size. Instead of these huge corporate farms, they're looking more at smaller individual farmers and their unique, interesting ideas on how to produce food and getting them the funding they need to make that happen, right? And as we see here, they have a wide variety of different farms that they've crowdsourced loans for, right? And all of these are funded, but there's like a rice mill, some organic family farm, a USDA processing facility, and yeah, just lots of different stuff, indigenous farmers, grain producers. There's a lot of different interesting projects that have gotten loans through this program to be able to launch their businesses, their agricultural businesses, that probably would have had a tough time getting loans otherwise. Right now, it doesn't seem like they have any open projects looking for loans at the moment, but they do have their standing loan system where it's not individual products, but where they are making the loans themselves, right? Where Steward itself is making the loans. And you can invest in this, and they offer a 6.5% APR, which sounds pretty nice at this point in time. I don't know how stable that is, because the thing that I always look at with these agricultural investment offerings is they tend to say, okay, we're going to do this, you give us this amount of money, you get this return, right? And that's just not how agriculture works. As someone with some experience in it, you can have a plan all you want to, but like there's a lot of elements outside of your control, and sometimes it goes way better than you expect, sometimes it doesn't go at all. So there's different sites I found where they're like, you can buy a cow, and the farmer will raise the cow and they'll sell the cow, and you'll split the profit with the farmer on the cow. But what if the cow gets sick and they have to spend a lot of money on medicine, or it goes down, it gets lame, this happens, that happens, and whatever, and you make no profit or lose money, right? They don't really talk about any of that in their sales pitches, which always is a bit interesting to me. But this is slightly different. This is more, you're in the bank's position where you're loaning money to these farmers, but they are supporting the type of farming that is more like what I grew up with, more like the family farms, people out there doing something for themselves, for their family, trying to build something cool and create an income that's good for everyone, right? And so I'm definitely interested in this. It's a little bit different than the sports and that kind of stuff and the luxury real estate, but it's an important piece of the peasant portfolio, I believe. I'm going to go ahead and set up an account, and I will see you on the inside. So this is the dashboard when you set up an account. You can view projects and lend to regenerative capital. If we go ahead and view the projects, we'll see they only have successfully funded campaigns. These were the campaigns we were looking at earlier. Let's go ahead and look at a larger list, see if anything jumps out. This is an insect farm. That's interesting. This is a dairy operation. Sustainably fished albacore tuna. So a fishing operation, that's interesting. A mobile salmon processing barge. That's cool. I like that a lot. Bison farming. There's lots of stuff going on here. Oyster farming. That's something I would be really interested in getting into, is oyster farming. Fishmongers. Mushroom growing operation. That's interesting. That's something I find super interesting is mushroom cultivation. Seafood storefront. It goes on and on and on and on. Lots of cool stuff here. Interesting. We're definitely going to have to keep a lookout on this website, see what's happening here. But for the moment, let's go back. And the only available thing to invest in right now is their own capital fund, which returns a 6.5% APR. And the minimum investment is $100. And they do have a little overview here, competitive rate, unbeatable impact. They talk a little bit about like the kind of farms, ranches, fisheries, etc. that they're investing in. You can withdraw with only 3 months notice, different farms and stuff that they're invested in, and the kind of type of collateral that's available, the geographic distribution, and the product diversity, right? So yeah, it looks pretty cool to me. We're going to hop in here with $100, lend to regenerative capital. We will, at the moment, enable automatic rollover. We will transfer by ACH. And now I will go ahead and look at the agreement documents. All right, there we go. I have gone ahead and signed their agreement document. And we have an investment in sustainable agriculture. Yes, we have the regenerative capital Steward pending. It's pending at the moment, but I'm sure it will be all sorted out soon enough. And we'll have our first investment in agriculture. So if you guys enjoyed that, do hit the like button, jump down in the comments, let me know what you think. Are there other agriculture projects you think I should be looking at for this peasant investment portfolio? Would it be interesting to you to see ones that I think are quite scammy? And if I talk about those, would that be interesting? Let me know in the comments. If you want to follow along on this journey to see how soon I can lose my money, do go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And as always, remember, this is not financial advice. Do not take advice from someone who calls themselves a peasant. Come on, guys. Be sharp. Be awake. Have an amazing day.